morning, everybody. Here we are with Dan and Elsa. We're introducing Elsa and Dan Holmes, therapy dog with Intermountain Therapy Animals and authors as well. Meet Elsa, a trained Great Pyrenees therapy dog, her owner handler, Dan Holmes. Dan got Elsa at Alaqua Animal Refuge. He then went through 6 weeks of beginner obedience training, 6 weeks of intermediate obedience training, and 3 weeks of training to enable an AKC K9 Good Citizen certification for Elsa. Elsa and Dan have made over hundreds of therapy dog visits, including a court appearance to help a child victim from Emerald Coast Children's Advocacy Center in Niceville deal with the stress of a court appearance. Basically, for 4 days every week, Dan and Elsa volunteer by going to the Niceville ECCAC remedial classes at local elementary schools where a child reads to Elsa, the manor at Blue Water Bay, a visit to Destin Fort Walton Beach Airport to greet passengers, and the Rehabilitation Institute of Northwest Florida. They sure do keep one busy schedule, spreading happiness and help to many. Dan has also written 2 books, It Takes a Human and It Takes a Dog. Both of their books will be available at the library very soon. And now, Dan, you'll tell us a little bit about your READ program and what you and Elsa do.
Okay. Well, as Peggy said, we work normally 4 days a week. Because of the pandemic, we're not able to go into the nursing home that we normally go to once a week. Unfortunately, they had a couple more COVID cases a couple weeks ago, and they really miss her over there at the manor at Blue Water Bay because she's a rock star over there, and we haven't been able to go in there for about 1.5 years now. Also, because the schools have been shut down, we have not been able to do the READ program, but we will start that up again in September. We do every week now. We're back at the Children's Advocacy Center in Niceville just to try to provide a comforting, safe environment in the house there so that when the kids come in, they'll feel comfortable to open up and share with their counselors. We also go to the Destin Fort Walton Beach Airport every Friday from 12 to 2 just to greet passengers that are leaving on their flights. You say, why the airport? Well, air travel we know can be quite stressful, and especially when flights get delayed or canceled altogether and people are worried about getting onto their next flight. So we're just there to try to spread a little love and joy to everybody at the airport. Now, the READ program, READ, the acronym stands for Reading Education Assistance Dog at School. And this is not a new program. It's conducted by Intermountain Therapy Animals out of Salt Lake City, Utah. And that is the organization that we are registered with. ITA started this program in Salt Lake back in 1999. And it's become so popular, it has expanded to every state in the United States. It's conducted in over 27 or 28, I believe it is, foreign countries, so it's truly an international program, including Canada and Mexico. They just started the program in Okaloosa County, where we're from, a couple years ago. Walton County has had the program for about 5 years now. And basically what we do is we come into the school, and the idea is the child reads to the dog. Now we tell the kids that Elsa can't read, but she's a great listener. And she's not going to make fun of you when you make a mistake or stumble over a word. The program is primarily for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd graders who are having difficulty with their reading. And even though it's a remedial reading program, the kids in the program become the rock star in their class rather than being ostracized by being in the program because everybody in the class wants a READ dog. Well, because we work for 20 minutes one-on-one with each child, we can only do about 6 kids a year because we only do READ 1 day a week. Other READ teams may do 2 or 3 days a week at one school or different schools. But we only come to Plu Elementary in Niceville every Friday from about 9:30 to 11:30. And so after about 2 hours, Elsa gets kind of burned out, and kind of so do I. So we can only do six kids in a year, but the progress that we found is amazing. Normally the kids come to us, they are below or maybe at their reading level, and we'll get them up to their reading level by the end of the year, and even beyond. The program is totally free to the school district. We are all volunteers that conduct the program, and any materials are provided by Intermountain Therapy Animals. At the end of the program, each child has a little graduation ceremony at the end of the year, and that can be attended by parents or their classmates, even an entire assembly at the school. And each child will get a certificate of completion with their name on it and Elsa's picture. They'll also get a medallion, a bronze medallion that they get to wear around their neck. I don't have one to show you, but it'll have Elsa's picture on it. And each child will also get a little book. This one is called Elsa Goes to School by Elsa Holmes. And it's a little picture book that's made for each individual child. And it'll have pictures in it like Elsa sleeping. Did you get a good night's sleep before you came to school? Here's Elsa eating her breakfast. Did you eat a good breakfast before you came to school? Elsa getting a bath, getting her ears checked and her teeth brushed. And then we'll have Elsa arriving at the school. Elsa will be checking in. This happens to be Plu Elementary. And then a picture of Elsa reading her favorite book. And finally, we'll have a picture of the student and Elsa. And this will be a picture that will be approved by the parent or guardian. They have to sign a release because we never take any pictures in the READ program because we're sensitive to the privacy issues. And we would never post a picture of a child on Facebook or any social media. This is the only time that a picture is taken. It's for this book, and only one copy is published, and the child will get that. So that's the other thing that the child will get at the end of the year. Now, a lot of times we will be in a room and people will stop by, teachers and what have you. They want to come in and pet Elsa, see how things are going. So we'll put a sign outside the door that'll say, "Shh, please don't interrupt. We're reading to Elsa, and we'll talk to you after we're finished." So we normally post that at the end. Being a Great Pyrenees, you can see Elsa has her peer paw, we call it. When you're petting her, she'll just try to paw at you to try to get more attention. But the program, the READ program, is available. The limiting factor in READ, of course, is when we start up in a school district, we find that when an elementary school gets READ, the word will get out in just a couple of months, and every school in the district will want to have a READ dog. Well, the limiting factor is the number of teams available in that particular school district. So we can only do READ for the number of teams that we have available, and so that can limit the number of schools that we can do READ in. There's also a READ program, which is a little different, that we do at libraries, like this one. Maybe once a month or twice a month, we'll come in on a Saturday, and that's a little bit different, where a number of children will read to Elsa, maybe go around the room or that kind of thing. But the normal READ program at the school is very individualized, and there will be paperwork that I can fill out as far as the child's progress that I can give to the teacher, and the teacher, we can talk back and forth and have a lot of feedback on how the child is doing and the progress that they're making. So I think, Addison, if you want to read to Elsa like we do in the program, normally we'll put the book up here at Elsa's head, and the child is reading to the dog. She's not reading to me. I'm just kind of here to facilitate. I'll let her go. If she's stumbling over a word, I'm not going to jump in and rescue her right away. We'll just let them keep going. The only two things that we ask of the teacher for read is that they get the student to the read session on time, because let's say if I'm going from 9:30 to 11:30 with 6 kids and my 9:30 doesn't show up till 9:45, well, that student's only going to get 5 minutes because I can't disrupt the schedule for the rest of them. And the other thing is that we have a book that's on the child's reading level. If they can only read 1 or 2 words per page, I end up reading the book to the child, and that's kind of defeats the purpose. Also, we don't want one that the child breezes through so quickly that it's not challenging. We want a challenging book, but something that isn't so challenging that they get discouraged. So, Addison, what do you got there?
This is a book, the title is The Bedtime Book for Dogs.
The Bedtime Book for Dogs, okay.
So today I'm going to read it to y'all.
Okay, do you want to just put it right down here? That's it.
Once upon a time, a very good dog wanted to go play, but his friend was busy. He fetched his leash. He could carry it himself. He went out the door. He could open it himself. He stopped at the corner. He looked both ways. Then he crossed the street. The good dog walked to the park and rolled in the grass. The good dog found a stick, but there was no friend to throw it.
What kind of dog do you think that is? I don't know. Maybe it's a beagle. Maybe.
No.
No, doesn't look like a beagle.
The good dog spotted a squirrel, but there was no friend to tell. The good dog did his business, but there was no friend to stay. Good dog.
Yeah.
The good dog decided to go home. It was no fun without his friend. He left the park and crossed the street. He ran as fast as he could.
Wow, he's running fast there, isn't he?
You came home, said his friend. You are a good dog. And then the good dog got a treat.
All right. Good job.
Very good.
That was very, very good.
I'm still petting him.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Well, good job, ladies.
That's right.
And thank you, Dan and Elsa, for sharing what you guys do. We're
Okay.
hoping somebody from Jackson County might take on this job, because this is a really cool read. Sounds like an awesome thing. that
It
Jackson
is.
County can
We have
use.
a lot of fun with it. Those of us who are in the program, volunteers, we get a newsletter from Intermountain Therapy Animals once a month. And in the newsletter, we'll have a lot of feedback from other read teams. We find that there are some tricks of the trade, if you will. If a student, let's say they get through the whole book and I don't think they really understood the story, I might say, Addison, would you explain the story to Elsa in your own words? Or if they stumble over a word, I have a picture dictionary that we can look up a word if we need to. One time in one of my read sessions, a little girl stopped and she looked at me and she said, Mr. Dan, Elsa's asleep. She's not paying attention to me. And I said, no. Have you ever thought about something so hard that you close your eyes and you concentrate? That's what Elsa's doing. She's concentrating on your story. So there are a lot of things that we can do to help the kids. But like I said, it's an awesome program. we find tremendous improvement, and kids just fall in love with reading. And when they do that, we find that they get to be better in their math, science, every other discipline, because when they get to be better readers, it seems to improve them in every other discipline in their studies. So,
Well, thank you everybody for helping us out today. This was awesome.
Thank you.